Cyanotypes made using objects are known as photograms, and photograms are the best and easiest way to start exploring making cyanotypes. While you're out walking, you can be thinking about what you want to write on your postcards and who you want to send them to. What is it about this walk that you want to share, and what has caught your eye? It's best to store your coated cyanotype papers in a dark folder to protect them from light. You can wrap them up and take them out with you. Just keep them covered while you're handling them. If I'm out and about, I tend to stuff them up my jumper or in my trousers while I'm setting up and quickly take them out when I'm ready to expose. As soon as the light touches the paper, it will start to change, so we need to act quickly. So you need to place your objects on top of your paper relatively fast. The yellow-green colour of the coated paper will darken and turn blue, and then eventually it will change to a silvery bronze colour. This can happen in a few minutes in bright sun or take longer on cloudy days. Once you've exposed your cyanotypes, cover them again and keep them away from light until you develop them. It's best to develop them straight away, but they will keep in the dark for a few days. If you expose your papers for a shorter amount of time, they will come out a paler, more cyan blue. But if you leave them until the papers start to look bronze, then you will get your darker Prussian blues. So if you don't want to wait to get home to develop your prints, you can roll up your trousers like me and dip your toes into your local water stream. Water is the ingredient that oxidizes the cyanotype chemicals and makes the prints turn blue. The cyanotype chemicals are very low toxicity and are safe to disperse into water systems as long as they are very well diluted. You don't need to leave the house, especially if the weather is bad. You can collect items from around your home or your workplace to use with photograms, or bring back objects from your walk to create a composition to expose by a window. If the objects you're exposing are small or are likely to blow away in the wind, you can weigh them down with a sheet of glass or plastic, or use an old photo frame to keep them in place. Objects with some transparency make for the most interesting cyanotypes, as you can get a range of tones from them. You may also want to expose your photograms earlier or later in the day so that they produce a shadow on the print. The time of year, the weather and the time of day will affect your timings. The strongest UV light is between 12 and 2, so during the winter you should aim for these times. Overcast days and winter days will take longer to expose your prints, and you'll get less clarity in your image. You can also develop the cyanotypes in a tray of water, and then give them a rinse in some clean water. Don't rub the prints as they are delicate and that can remove the cyanotype image. When you're developing your cyanotypes at home, you can put them in the sink and run them under the tap and allow the water to run over them and rinse away all the yellow, green and exposed solution. It's actually quite helpful to develop them in the sink or in a bath this way, because the yellow unexposed cyanotype solution is really easy to see running off. Hang your prints up and let them dry in the sunshine. They will darken over time and get clearer. Plus, it's wonderful to see all of your hard work up on display in a celebration of blue and white bunting. The prints will probably dry wavy, but you can flatten them by leaving them under some heavy books overnight.